Lowe's has the Labor Day deals you need to give your home a new look. Buy one, get one free select interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Then, add the final touch with 2 for $8 on select 2.5 or 3-quart mums. Refresh your home and save big while doing it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Mums offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/rebates for details.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into something I know a lot of you grapple with, especially when things start taking off fast. How do you scale smart? Not just fast.
Right.
You probably know the story. Startup explodes, revenues through the roof. Maybe you double the team in like 6 months. But then things start to get a bit shaky. Like that Uncle House example we talked about before.
Okay.
Data streams lag, network problems crop up. Suddenly, logistics in remote areas are a nightmare. And those early shortcuts, that whole move fast and break things idea, suddenly they really bite you.
They catch up fast.
Exactly. It starts small, maybe errors, rework, some delays that are just frustrating. But then it snowballs, right? Into inconsistent quality, team morale just tanks, customers start complaining.
And then the revenue hit comes, damaged reputation. It's a vicious cycle.
It really is. Innovation without process.
Yeah.
It often leads straight to trouble.
And that is exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. Think of this as maybe a shortcut to understanding how to build real, enduring value from the get-go. We're aiming to cut through some of those classic startup killers. Inefficiency that just grinds you down, inconsistency that drives customers crazy, and being too slow to adapt. Our mission, really, is to show you how to turn that potential chaos into a real, lasting advantage.
And our guide for this is chapter 14 from Emmanuel Bakare's book. He calls it Unified Magic.
Yeah.
And what really struck me about it is that it's not about finding the single best way, Lean or Six Sigma or Agile or Kaizen.
No, exactly.
It's about blending them, integrating them strategically so the whole is, much more powerful than the parts.
That's the core idea. We want to show how combining these different approaches can really transform that operational mess into strength. We'll look at how they integrate sometimes one after the other, sometimes side by side, sometimes nested, or even fused together. And crucially, how to dodge those common traps like methodology overload, trying to juggle too many things at once. Or the opposite, methodological purism, where you stick too rigidly to one set of rules.
Right, the dogma.
Exactly. It's all about applying these methods strategically based on your specific situation, your specific problems.
Okay, so going back to that Uncle House idea, or just any startup hitting turbulence, those early shortcuts, they don't just cause isolated issues, do they? It feels more like a systemic problem builds up.
It absolutely is systemic. Those immediate things, you see the errors, the delays, their symptoms, they then feed into bigger operational impacts. Inconsistent quality, that dip in morale we mentioned, customer complaints flooding in.
Which ultimately hits the bottom line.
Right.
Last revenue, damaged reputation, it's a cascade.
It truly is. And trying to fix it with just one method, say just Lean or just Agile, often isn't enough to stop that downward spiral.
So while each of these methods, Lean, Six Sigma, Agile, Kaizen, is powerful on its own.
Definitely powerful tools, yes.
The real game changer, the unified magic, comes from weaving them together.
Exactly. They don't just add up, they kind of multiply their effects. Think about it. Lean gives you that focus on efficiency, hunting down waste, optimizing flow, seeing what's not adding value. Then Six Sigma brings in the data, the precision. It's focused on reducing variation, cutting defects, making quality consistent and predictable.
Right, the statistical side.
Then you have Agile, which is all about flexibility, iterative development, adapting quickly when things change, which they always do.
Always.
And finally, Kaizen. That's the cultural piece, really. Building that mindset of continuous, small, incremental improvements, everyone involved.
So each has its strength, its superpower, you could say. But, okay, here's the practical question for a founder or a team lead who's already swamped.
Yeah.
How do we actually blend these? How do we mix them without just creating, more complexity, more jargon, more meetings?
That's a fair question, because process excellence can sound like bureaucracy, like something that slows you down.
Yeah, exactly. The opposite of startup speed.
And that's where Bakare's core principle comes in. Purpose-driven integration.
Okay, what does that mean in practice?
It means you always start with the problem you're trying to solve, not with the methodology you think you should use.
Okay, problem first.
Problem first. That lets you pick and choose the specific tools or principles from Lean or Six Sigma or Agile that actually fit that specific need. You're not trying to force fit the entire methodology.
Got it. So you avoid just implementing something because it's trendy or because you read about it. You focus on the outcome.
Precisely. It keeps you focused on solving the business problem, not just, ticking boxes on a checklist for implementing Six Sigma.
Okay, that pragmatic approach makes sense, but let's get concrete. How do these things actually work together? The book gives some good examples, right, where the combination really delivers results.
Oh, absolutely. Let's take a classic pairing, Lean and Six Sigma. Imagine you use Lean's value stream mapping. You draw out your entire process step by step visually.
Learning all the bottlenecks and wasted steps.
Exactly. You identify where the waste is. Then right on the heels of that, you apply Six Sigma's statistical process control. You use data to monitor that now streamlined process, reduce the variability, make it consistent.
So you clean it up with Lean, then you lock in the quality with Six Sigma.
You got it. That creates a flow that's both efficient and reliable. That might be what Bakare calls a nested or maybe sequential integration. Lean finds the problem area, Six Sigma drills down to fix the variation within it.
That really clicks. It's about making the right things efficient, not just making broken things run faster digitally, but that temptation to just grab one tool must be strong. What about Agile? How does that fit in?
Well, think about Six Sigma and Agile. You can take Six Sigma's structured problem-solving approach, the DMAIC cycle, define, measure, analyze, improve, control.
Right, the roadmap.
And apply it within your fast Agile development cycles, your sprints, so you get rigorous, data-driven analysis and improvement, but done quickly, iteratively, without the old-school Six Sigma bureaucracy. It's like a parallel or maybe fusion approach.
Interesting. So speed and rigor together.
And then there's Agile with digital integration. This is huge now. Using things like cloud platforms so cross-functional teams can collaborate in real time. Using predictive analytics to feed data right back into planning, helping teams adapt on the fly.
So the tech enables the agility, basically.
It empowers the teams with the information they need to be truly adaptive.
This all sounds incredibly powerful, like a really versatile toolkit. But honestly, it also sounds like it could get complicated fast. How do you stop people from falling into that methodology overload trap, trying to implement everything at once?
Yeah, that's a real danger.
Or the opposite, that methodological purism, where someone insists, no, we must do Lean exactly this way, even if it doesn't quite fit. I remember a manager years ago trying to roll out 5 new frameworks simultaneously. The team just froze. Total paralysis.
Oh yeah, paralysis is the right word. Those are critical pitfalls, especially in fast-moving startups. So for overload, the advice is pretty clear. Start small. Use a minimal viable methodology.
Like a minimal viable product, but for process.
Exactly. Focus on your absolute biggest pain point first. Get that process working, get the team comfortable. Then maybe add another element if it solves a new specific problem. Don't just layer things on for the sake of it.
Solve problems, don't just implement methodologies.
That's the key. And for the purism trap, adaptability. Don't be dogmatic. Understand the principles behind Lean or Agile or Six Sigma, but tailor the practices to your specific company, your culture, your constraints. Focus on the outcomes, not on following the textbook perfectly.
Right. Principles over practices. Be flexible. That's great advice. Be strategic, be practical. But, theory is one thing. Seeing it work is another. Let's make this real. How have actual companies used this unified magic? Maybe start with that Lean and Six Sigma combo.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about TechConnect Solutions. Classic sauce growth story, rapid expansion, but underneath, disaster. They had a 47% customer churn rate. 47%.
Wow, that's a death spiral for a subscription business.
Absolutely. And the cause was terrible support. Average response time was 22 minutes. Service quality was all over the place. Customer satisfaction was down at 62%. They were bleeding customers.
You can't grow your way out of that. What did they do? Just hire more support agents?
They probably tried that first, but it doesn't fix a broken process. So they went for the combined approach. First, Lean process mapping. They mapped out the entire support journey meticulously. And guess what?
What'd they find?
A staggering 64% of the activities in their support process added no value for the customer. Almost 2/3 of the effort was essentially waste.
64%. That's unbelievable.
Isn't it? And at the same time, they used Six Sigma analysis. They crunched the data, did rigorous statistical analysis to pinpoint exactly what factors were driving that customer frustration and inconsistency.
Okay, so Lean showed them where the waste was. And Six Sigma showed them the root causes of the variation in quality. What happened when they put the fixes in place?
The results were, well, transformative is the only word. Response time plummeted by 89%, from 22 minutes down to 2.4 minutes.
Wow.
Customer churn fell 68%, from that terrifying 47% down to a much more manageable 15%. Customer satisfaction jumped to 91%.
That's huge.
And here's a key side benefit. Agent turnover dropped by 78%. Because the job wasn't a constant firefight anymore, it became less frustrating. They fixed it for everyone.
That's fantastic. It really drives home that point you made earlier, process before technology, fixing the fundamentals.
Exactly. You can't automate your way out of a bad process. This created a virtuous cycle. Better process, happier agents, happier customers, better business results.
Turning that bottleneck into a real strength. Okay, that's Lean and Six Sigma. What about a more complex integration?
Sure. Let's look at global freight logistics. Big company, complex global supply chain. Their problem was on-time delivery stuck at only 77%. The issue was fragmentation. Different parts of the supply chain weren't talking to each other, no integrated process architecture.
And just trying point solutions hadn't worked?
Nope. They'd tried fixing bits and pieces, but it failed because the whole system was the problem.
So similar pattern to Tech Connect, but on a much bigger scale. How did Unified Magic work for a complex global operation like that?
They went all in. A comprehensive transformation integrating multiple methodologies. They used lean supply chain thinking value stream mapping just in time to root out waste across the chain.
Okay.
Then they applied Six Sigma quality tools like DMAC and statistical process control to hammer down variability and ensure consistent performance.
Makes sense. Consistency is key in logistics.
Crucial. For implementing changes quickly and getting teams working together across functions, they adopted Agile implementation methods.
Right, breaking it down into manageable chunks.
And underpinning it all was digital integration. IoT sensors on shipments, predictive analytics for forecasting, cloud platforms for collaboration and visibility, real-time data flowing everywhere.
Wow, that is a truly holistic approach. Lean, Six Sigma, Agile, digital, all woven together. What were the results for global freight?
Again, pretty phenomenal. On-time delivery soared from 77% to 97%.
Huge improvement.
Delivery cycle time cut by 70%, from 27 days down to just 8 days. Inventory costs dropped 32%. Overall, operational efficiency boosted by 28%.
And the business impact?
Market share grew 18% over 2 years. Customer satisfaction hit 94%. It fundamentally changed their competitive position.
That's incredible. And it reinforces those principles again, doesn't it? Process first. And that idea you mentioned, standardization with flexibility.
Exactly. They built a core, standardized process architecture, but allowed for the flexibility needed in different regions or for different customers. It wasn't rigid, it was coherent and adaptable.
So pulling this all together,
Yeah.
what's the main takeaway for you listening right now? We've seen Emmanuel Bakare's Unified Magic isn't just some abstract theory.
No, it's very practical.
It's about strategically, thoughtfully blending the powerhouses. Lean, Six Sigma, Agile, Kaizen, so you can stop just reacting, stop firefighting, and actually build something designed to last.
And this deep dive, I hope, shows that focusing on process, on operational excellence, it's not the enemy of innovation. It's actually the foundation for sustainable innovation.
That's a great point.
It gives you the stability, the efficiency, the bandwidth you need to actually be effectively innovative, to create that enduring value. It's moving from chaos to clarity, complexity to capability.
Okay, so as we wrap up, here's something to chew on. A final thought that builds on this idea. Shifting from just move fast and break things to maybe move fast and build things that last.
Right. Think about a really stubborn, complex operational problem you're facing in your startup right now. Could be anything: slow onboarding, buggy releases, inconsistent service. Now, instead of just reaching for one tool, ask yourself, how might combining elements from 2 or more of these methodologies offer a better way? Maybe Lean's waste focus plus Six Sigma's quality rigor, or Agile's flexibility plus Kaizen's continuous improvement culture.
How could you tailor a solution using bits from each?
Exactly. How could that integrated unified magic approach not just put out the current fire, but actually change the game for your startup, moving beyond just patching things up?
To building a real sustainable competitive edge in a world that seems to increasingly value reliability and consistency, not just speed.
Definitely something to think about.
Lowe's has the Labor Day deals you need to give your home a new look. Buy one, get one free select interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Then, add the final touch with 2 for $8 on select 2.5 or 3-quart mums. Refresh your home and save big while doing it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Mums offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.